Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to announce that I finally launched my first ever Fake Sweets jewelry collection. The theme of this collection is Choco Biscuit Girl. I've always gravitated towards that aesthetic ever since I was a little younger. I love like brown and things like that. I don't know, I always gravitate towards brown colors. Now, I'm sure at the time it wasn't called Choco Biscuit Girl aesthetic, or not that I know of, but pretty much it's like the aesthetic that includes like a lot of brown, so anything related to that, and pretty much like baked themes like bread, cookies, chocolate. That's kind of what the aesthetic includes, things like that. So I really wanted to create a really cute Fake Sweets jewelry collection inspired by that. Now, because it's an aesthetic I personally really love, I was really excited to be able to share this collection with you guys. When I first started my business, I wasn't sure if I wanted to make jewelry, not because I didn't want it, but because I was a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to be very good at it. Also because I had just started my business, so I was barely learning how to make keychains and things like that. But I had gotten a lot of comments of people asking if I can make my keychains into necklaces. And I also got another comment of someone asking me if I can make rings and pretty much Fake Sweets jewelry. So that really gave me the confidence to start making it. For this collection, I was also really inspired by the EGL fashion. I recently had seen these really beautiful dresses from Angelic Pretty. I'll probably go into more detail of how the EGL fashion was able to inspire me for this collection. I also was very much inspired by Cupid, of course. I know I mentioned that in my last video. Definitely the dresses from the EGL fashion, as well as accessories, especially for like the Sweet Lolita, I believe that's what it's called. I don't know too much about EGL fashion, but I've always found it very beautiful, like a very beautiful fashion style. I was really inspired by that. But yeah, I will be going a little bit more in depth as to how EGL fashion inspired me for this collection. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I of course started off by creating a Pinterest board. I added lots of cute illustrations, Fake Sweets jewelry and accessories, as well as cute bags that gave off the Choco Biscuit Girl aesthetic. As you can see, chocolate and biscuit type pins inspired me the most. I also added pins with brown color patterns, as well as pins from Angelic Pretty and Cupid. Like I mentioned earlier, I was really inspired by Angelic Pretty dresses. Angelic Pretty came out with their cream cookie collection a while back, and it's because of these beautiful dresses that I decided to create a biscuit cookie theme collection. I began to do some research on EGL fashion, and specifically on Sweet Lolita. Although I still don't know too much about the fashion style, I'm hoping to learn more. I'd love to start creating Fake Sweets jewelry that can be worn by the EGL community. The patterns on the dresses, as well as the dresses themselves, are so beautiful and intricate. I'm hoping to make equally beautiful Fake Sweets jewelry that can help finish off an EGL cord. If you love EGL fashion and know more about this fashion style, as well as the types of accessories that are worn with this fashion style, I'd love to hear more about it in the comments down below. Hey guys! So today I'm going to be running some errands with my family, and today I also wanted to check out Walmart to look at their fabric section. I really want to see if they have any like polka dot type of fabric, as well as like other types of fabric that I would like to use for future projects. I've been really inspired by like the biscuit and choco girl kind of aesthetic. I don't know that that's what it's called, but I'll probably put pictures of what I mean. And so I've been really inspired to create my own collection for like a Choco Girl aesthetic, Biscuit Girl aesthetic, Middle Bun aesthetic. So yes, those kind of browns and adding elements of pink kind of aesthetic. So yeah, so I'm really excited for that. So yeah, I wanted to check out Walmart to see the fabric that they have, because I really want to make bags. There have been a couple of small businesses that have started selling biscuit bags. So I've gotten really inspired to start making my own types of bags, like Middle Bun bags and biscuit bags, of course. So yeah, so I'm really excited. Those are more like future projects I like to work on. So I just wanted to check out the fabric that they have to kind of start getting ideas of what I want to make. I've actually started already kind of like sketching down what I want to make and create. So I just kind of want to start seeing the type of materials I would like to use. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. So let's go! I took a look at all the fabric they had, and they seemed to have quite a variety. They had these pre-cut fabrics, and they had fabric that you could ask an employee to cut for you. Although they had a lot to look at, unfortunately, they didn't have the type of fabric I was looking for. It was still fun to see what they had. Let's start creating. The first item I made were my choco thumbprint cookie earrings. I first started by making a mold for the cookies. I piped some Deco whipped cream to create the swirl shape. I let it dry for a day and then I pressed the shape into the mold. I was then able to make the perfect little cookie shapes. I used some brown clay and pressed it into these small heart-shaped molds. I made lots of cute little chocolate hearts. I did this beforehand and let the chocolate hearts dry and harden. I then glued the hearts onto the cookies I just made. After letting the cookies dry for a day, I used my Tamiya baking master to make them look like they were actually baked. I made a small hole in the cookies and glued on a screw eye pin. I made sure to glaze my little cookies with Mod Podge. I then made some small brown bows. I originally wanted to add a pearl chain to the earrings, but it didn't quite work out. So I ended up sewing some small jump rings onto the bows. I then attached the cookie charms and earring hooks to that jump ring. This worked out perfectly, and I'm thinking of following the same process for future earring styles. So my Vistaprint cards just arrived. I'm so excited, guys. I'm really excited to see how it looks like. I'm going to be using these for my cards for the earrings, like earring cards, and as well as necklace cards. So yeah, let's open it. So it came in this cute little box. So we are about to see it together. So this is going to be my real reaction. So let's see it. Oh my goodness, guys, this looks so cute. I'm truly so happy with how it looks like. I'm probably going to insert a better clip of it, but I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Oh, so cute. Now it was time to test out my earring card. To make it, I used this earring card punch to make the holes on the cards I bought. It looks so cute, and I was truly so happy with how it turned out. Let's start creating. The next accessory I made were my rings. I first started making my chocolate chip cookies. I used this mold to create a round shape. I used my fingers to flatten the clay. I then used a toothbrush to add texture. For the chocolate chips, I rolled out some brown clay and let it dry for a day. I then used scissors to cut the clay into small little squares. Using Mod Podge, I glued the little chocolate chips onto the cookie. Now it was time to bake them. I used my Tamiya baking master to create a baked look on all my little chocolate chip cookies. For the second ring style, I used my heart mold to create my heart-shaped cookies. I used a toothbrush to create a cookie texture. Using this tool, I made little indents to create that cute biscuit look. Once again, I used my Tamiya baking master to create that lovely baked look. I used my heart mold to create heart-shaped chocolates. I used Mod Podge to glue the chocolates onto the cookies. I used some soft clay I mixed with water to add a chocolate drizzle on all my cookies. I then wrote Choco to add that extra cuteness. The last ring I made was my chocolate middle bun. I used my mold to create a round shape. I created a bread texture using a toothbrush. I then rolled out some brown clay for the cookie part on top and created texture using a toothbrush. I then used this bread scraper to create the iconic meronpan lines you see on meronpan bread. To create that baked look, I used some ochre and sienna brown acrylic paint. I diluted the paint in some water and added the color in layers using a sponge. Hey guys, so I've been able to finish quite a bit of things for my Choco Biscuit girl collection. I've made all of the rings already. I actually ordered quite a bit of things from Amazon and Vistaprint. I got some like card thingies. They're like business cards, but I'm planning to use them for earrings and maybe the necklaces. So anyways, I got quite a bit of things, so I will be showing you guys a quick little haul of everything I got. Yeah, so I finished making the rings themselves. I just have to glue the charms to the rings and things like that. Anyways, I've been working really hard. Today I am planning to go to the stores like maybe Daiso and maybe Michael's. I need to get some other things that I couldn't get online. I wanted to see in person. So anyways, that's kind of the plan for today. So yeah, I'm really busy but very excited for this collection. So yeah, that's just a really quick update on what I've been working on. Alright guys, so I'm at Daiso and I realized they have quite a bit of things like this quilt batting. They also have like lots of different felts, colors and things. And they have quite a bit of things if you want to make any kind of like cloth-based craft. So I thought it was really cute. So this is what I got in the mail. I got some more pearl chain. I got these small jump rings for my earrings. I got this earring kit. They're supposed to be hypoallergenic, which I love. I got some cute brown ribbon with white polka dots. I also got some piping tips with really tiny tips. I got some gold adjustable rings. There are more rings inside the little box. I got this earring card maker. I got some brown and cream stripe ribbon as well as some thinner brown ribbon. I also got these chain extenders with little hearts on them. Lastly, I got some brown thread to sew the bows onto the necklaces and bracelets. I also wanted to show you guys what I got from Daiso. I got lots of soft clay for Deco whipped cream. I plan to use them for my Christmas cakes. I also got these stamps. I want to use them for my biscuit cookie necklaces. Once I finished, I glazed all the charms I made with Mod Podge. I glued each charm onto the gold adjustable rings I bought. Luckily, I had the exact amount of rings for all the charms I made. This part was really fun since I got to see everything come together. Hey guys! So today I'm going to be going to Michael's and maybe Hobby Lobby, I'm not exactly sure, but I do want to look at these really cute craft type of stores because I want to see if they have any fabric. So I'm super excited, but I've been really inspired to create bags. I really want to create my own biscuit bag and my own meronpan bag. So I've been getting a lot of ideas and also like writing down like what I want to make and what supplies I need. So I want to go to these stores to see if they have the supplies I need or if I'm going to be needing to go online and get it like on Amazon or like Etsy or some kind of website online. But yeah, I'm super excited. So yeah, I wanted to take you guys along with me. So let's go! Our first stop is Hobby Lobby. They definitely have a lot more variety of fabric than Walmart did. It's so much fun to look at all the types of fabrics and patterns they have. I was on the lookout for pink polka dot fabric. So
this seems to be all the fabric they have. They have quite a wide variety, like a wide selection of fabric, so I'm really excited to look at everything. This pink one, they have, and a white polka dot one, and then they have this other one.
This is where they had the fluffy type of fabric. I might buy some in the future for my middle bun bags. I took a look at more sewing supplies.
They have these really cute tiny tips that I need. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's tiny. So here is like the bakery section. Take a look at all the molds to see if there's anything that I would like to use for my small business. So now we're at Michael's, and I wanted to show you guys these like stamps. So I've been thinking of probably buying a couple of stamps or things like that. I've been seeing a couple of ideas of how you can use stamps on your Baked Sweets creations. So yeah, I'm not sure if maybe these specific ones I'll get, but yeah, I just wanted to take a look at all of their stamp section.
Let's start creating. Now it was time to start making my charm bracelets. I first started by making my cute little chocolates. I recently experimented with epoxy resin, so I decided to use it for my chocolates. I love the way they turned out, so I definitely plan to use epoxy resin for future chocolate charms. The next charm I made were my little checkered cookies. I rolled out some tan and brown clay. I cut them out using a rectangle cookie cutter. I then cut them and shaped them into little small squares. I then glued the brown and tan squares together. I also made little chocolate chip cookies and thumbprint cookies with chocolate hearts. I used my Tamiya baking master to make the charms look baked. I then glazed them with Mod Podge. After, I glued screw eye pins to each charm. I did the same with the little chocolates. To finish off the bracelet, I made a rectangle chocolate biscuit cookie. I first rolled out some brown clay and added texture using the toothbrush. I cut out rectangle shapes. I then rolled out some light brown clay and also cut out rectangle shapes. I used some Mod Podge to stick the pieces together to create a biscuit sandwich cookie. I added texture and indents to make it look like a biscuit cookie. I used a toothpick to create the little holes you see in biscuit cookies. I finished off the cookie by adding a cute cream colored heart. I then added a screw eye pin to each biscuit cookie. Let's start creating. The next item I made were my choco cookie barrettes. I first started by making my little biscuit cookie hearts. I used my heart-shaped mold, which made things a lot easier. Once again, I used a toothbrush to create a cookie texture. I made little indents and I used a toothbrush to create that biscuit cookie look. For the next element, I made some rectangular chocolate biscuit cookies. I made everything look baked and then I glazed everything with Mod Podge. I used some brown clay to make the biscuit cookies look like they had been dipped in chocolate. Now it was time to assemble everything. I used some E6000 glue to glue all the charms together. I then glued them each onto a barrette. Let's start creating. Since this collection will include lots of necklaces, I started to create my own necklace chains. Luckily, I already had some parts. I cut the pearl chain to the right size and I attached a lobster clasp to one end and a chain extender to the other end. Since the collection is Choco Biscuit themed, I bought this super cute brown and cream striped ribbon. I thought it would make the necklaces and charm bracelets look extra cute. Now it was time to start making all of my necklaces. The first one I made was my Choco Biscuit cookie necklace. It was essentially a larger version of the chocolate biscuit cookie I made for my charm bracelet. I made sure to also add a cute cream heart on the center of each cookie. I think it really finished it off. Let's start creating. Now it was time to make my second necklace. I started by rolling out some tan clay. I used a toothbrush to create a cookie texture. I then used my biscuit cookie cutter from Daiso to cut out all the cookies. I rolled out some cream colored clay and cut out some biscuit cookie shapes. I glued the cookies and cream filling together. My Tamiya baking master really came in handy for this collection. I used it once again to create that nice baked look on my biscuit cookies. Hey guys, so I'm just about to leave the house. I'm gonna go run some errands. But before that, I just really quickly wanted to give you guys a update on what I've been up to. So I pretty much finished most things. I'm almost done with my biscuit necklace. I made one that was chocolate and was more like a rectangle. And I really wanted to create the more like traditional biscuit look, which is like a circle. And so I made that one. I'm still having to finish that one. I'm not exactly sure how I want it to look like. My idea for right now is to dip a part of it in like chocolate, I guess like big chocolate, but I thought it would be super cute since the filling is more of like a cream filling. I thought the chocolate would really make it stand out. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I will be showing you guys what I end up deciding on. So yeah, I ended up deciding to add fake chocolate to my cookies, and I think it was just what the biscuit cookies needed. They turned out so cute. Since I was making realistic cookie necklaces and accessories, I felt inspired to bake and make real biscuit cookies. This was so much fun to make since it was like seeing my fake sweets come to life in a way. Baking and making fake sweets makes me so happy. I feel so much fulfillment and joy with these hobbies. I do love that with fake sweets, I'm able to enjoy my sweets creations for a little bit longer though. I hope that with my fake or real sweets, I'm able to make others smile. If you're interested in the full recipe for these cookies, I'll leave a link with the video in the description box below.
So I wanted to give you guys another quick update. So I'm almost done with my collection. I'm so happy. I just have to finish a couple of things. I need to take a couple more pictures and record a little bit. Mainly, most of the items in my collection are done. Now, something I was inspired to create was a chocolate chip cookie necklace. So I'm going to be working on that very soon. Anyways, that is the plan. Let's continue with the video.
Let's start creating. I had some leftover clay and fake chocolate chips, so I thought it would be perfect to create some chocolate chip cookie necklaces. I used a tablespoon this time to create a larger round shape. I flattened the clay a little bit and used a toothbrush to create a cookie texture. Adding the chocolate chips was really satisfying. It was so nice to see the cookies filled with lots of little chocolate chips. I then made each cookie look baked, and I finished them off with some Mod Podge. My Choco Biscuit Girl collection is out and is now available on my Etsy shop. This collection was so much fun to make, especially since the Choco Biscuit Girl aesthetic is part of my personal style. If you love this aesthetic too, then this collection is perfect for you. It's the perfect fake sweets jewelry to add that extra cuteness to your style.
What did you guys think? I think everything turned out so cutely. Honestly, during the process of making my fake sweets jewelry, I was quite impressed with myself because I was a little bit nervous making jewelry. I've never made jewelry pieces before. Luckily, because I had already had the experience making fake sweets keychains, it really gave me like a pretty good knowledge and an idea of how I wanted to make my jewelry pieces. Let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite fake sweets jewelry from this collection. I would really love to know. Also, please let me know what kinds of fake sweets jewelry pieces you love the most so that I'm able to make more of those. So for example, if you like necklaces or rings or earrings or like barrettes or things like that, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!
あいうえお菓子したかきくけこんなにもさしすせソフトクリームゴーゾロップで